Alright, welcome back to another stream. Okay, let's get rid of that. And perfect. Okay. Where's the live chat is here. I want to open that in a new window if I can. Let's see. Looks like open chat in a new window. Here we are. Chat's open here. And I'll be going to Train Simulator right now. So, how are you all doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Today, what I'm going to be doing is, some tutorials. I don't know why I'm on the tutorials, but, I did some work on this route, and I'm just going to be, doing some more work on it, now. And, actually, there's a way to, I don't know exactly how to turn my volume down. So yes, this route is it's very basic right now. There's, like, I've ballasted a little bit of this. I can't find a texture that really matches this track very well. So, that kind of sucks, but, I mean, whatever. It's Train Simulator. So, some of the work that I did, as I got rid of some hills that I had put here, because I didn't like the way they looked, so that will have to be, dealt with again. And there's some roads doing some crazy stuff right here, so I don't know what. Okay, that's a guardrail. Yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this, so I'll find something to do, I guess. What I think I'm gonna do with this road here is I'm just gonna, oops, make this one just turn into the unknown lands, I guess. And because there's going to be another road on the other side, and that is, right, just turn it into here, make this a straight. This is the first time I've really built something on this route. Like, it's more been, just doing random stuff, so, I'll add some guardrails thereafter and everything. So this road's going to be going along this way. I don't know why that's up high like that. Let's, just keep this one going. It's going to go around the yard, so I want to... I'll probably change all this after. I'm just adding it in for now. It's gonna curve with the track here. Let's see. How are we gonna go about doing this? Let's make this one straight. Let's get rid of that. Let's just move this one. Perfect. And we'll make this one straight, and this one straight. And we can delete that spline point there. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good. And right there. Perfect. And yeah, okay, so this road is gonna end up here. What I gotta show you guys is, I actually just realized I can't open this because there's no way to get out of full screen mode. Like, there's no, you can't press F11. which kind of sucks. Shoot. Oh, I can. If I show launch window, then I can get out of that. So I can view the chat this way. Yeah, no one's here right now, obviously, but hopefully somebody will tune in later. I don't have that much of a following here. Yeah, the road's gonna look really weird when I put it here, and if I make this one straight, then it should even out a little bit. Yes, it does. Okay. So it's kind of gonna be paralleling the tracks here. It's gonna just turn over this way, and then end up connecting with this road here. It is storming outside right now in Toronto. So I think what I can do is I can do invisible road. If I just do an invisible road and then connect it with this, and then I make this straight, it does, like, the cars will actually turn onto this. I think they should. Let's just see. Let's wait for a car to come. It should turn onto this road, and those cars don't turn, the ones that go this way. But yes, he does turn, and that's what I do with these kind of things. Yeah, none of them are turning this way, but it's alright. So I can just remove these spline points here, and that should be good. Perfect. So the road just kind of turns over here, and then we get a little intersection where the cars turn onto this road. So I can also make them kind of like move it out a little bit, so they do a little bit more of a wider turn. Although I don't think that even... Yeah, that actually doesn't look too bad. He makes like a kind of a slower turn, so that's good. So here I added a CNR prototype station, and it came with 4 tracks. I didn't really know what to do with this extra track, so I just stuck a bunch of old boxcars on it. But what it does over here is, so this track goes into the yard here, and so this will be for freight trains pulling out of the yard. So they have to go through this switch. I actually need to move. Must have moved itself when I was doing some track work here. Need to move this switch cover, a switch frog, like so. Perfect. That should. Yep. Yeah. Looks good. Although I just want to move it back one more actually. And this one can go right there. Perfect. Alright, and I had a rail joint right here. Hold on, I need to move that back a little bit to where the signals are. Should be right about here. Oh, there's already a rail joint there. Oh yeah, never mind. I did want it by the I did want one over here, so I'll stick one right there. There should be one on the other side at some point. I don't know. I don't care. That's not a big deal right now. So what freight trains are going to need to do here is actually I'm going to put some turnout frogs in. That's what I'm going to do right now. But what freight trains have to do is... Holy crap, it just started raining really bad outside. Oh, damn. Good thing I wasn't outside now. I was planning to go out train watching. Or rail fanning, I guess. So the freight trains have to pull out of here onto this main track, but they don't want to go through where the passenger trains are. So they have to switch over here and switch onto this, and then pass the station via this track. And also, I'm just gonna finish setting up this crossing here. So I want to go to invisible track. I think it's... Or I can just use this one here, track invisible. Although I need to go through the traffic stoppers, so it goes from... Hold on, I just need to check over this crossing here. I need to remember how to do this. crossing is over right here. So it goes. Oh god, okay, yeah, it goes from the back of that, then to the back of the crossing, and then it just goes through the traffic stopper and then to the back of the other crossing, yeah. It's not going to be the same with this crossing because there's 2 traffic stoppers, but I think I know how to do this. I think I should be able to. So it goes from the back of this, so I'll just turn this guy around. I also need to set them to their number as well. And I go to the back of that, and then through that, and then to the back. Alright, that looks really weird, but I think that's how it's done. You go through that, and then the traffic stopper, and then the traffic stopper to that, so it should be good. But if it's not, then I'll have to switch that around. So I need to add the properties of this channel. Let's put it to channel 3. Level crossing mode. 3. Level crossing mode. Perfect. And then I have to add some triggers. ATLS triggers. Perfect. Boom. 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 I'll stick one right here so the crossing, because all passenger trains that come through here are stopping. So, they'll set off the crossing way back, like here. It's not very far, but it should be good. Freight trains are going like a decent speed here, but they're actually, yeah, all the triggers would be at the same spot because the freight trains aren't going very fast here either. Freight trains will set off the crossing right here, and passenger trains that are coming in this way will just set it off right here. So that's all of them. That's good. And then I just need to set all the triggers to the 4-way trigger system. So 3. Yes, SPL, and 4-way trigger system. This gets annoying. So that's the right one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Perfect, and I just need to do those 3. I actually want to turn my volume down a little bit, because so you guys can actually hear my voice. And then I just need to set the last one over here. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be laying a bunch of track to test out this crossing. And yeah. So, you know, when you go out to a station, you usually see some old, like, small gondolas and boxcars just sitting on the other side, so that's what I just did here. Alright, so, what I want to do is just keep laying this track. It's not going to be a 3-track for this whole time. And I think I want to actually separate a line for passenger trains. But I will have to figure that out. So, yeah, I actually want to do that. I'll separate a line for passenger trains that just ends up somewhere else. And then the freight train line will curve back. So, I need to get the height for this guy. Get the height. It's at 33. So what's going to happen is the freight train track, which is right here, is going to be a little switch over, and then the freight train track, the main line for the freight trains is going to branch off. Actually, yeah, let's make all of these straight. I think this one is already. So that they stay in place. Now, next one right here. Okay. Perfect. And just add those heights to both of them. This one's just go a little bit more in the middle. And so what's gonna happen is this guy right here is gonna switch in like that. Looks good. And then this track will branch off and go to another station a while down the line. And this guy is gonna parallel it for a little bit. Holy crap, that's some thunder. Wow. It's really coming down out there. Or, I'm not sure how much rain there actually is, but it's definitely thundering. A lot. Alright, so. Alright. Then they'll go a double track for a little bit. So, let's just move you over here. And you. I'm not the best at laying track in this game. Let's being honest here. Let's undo that. I don't want to do that. Okay. And I want to make this as straight as well. Perfect. So the freight trains will just go on this for a little while. They parallel each other. Maybe we can put another crossing or something. And shoot, okay. I actually want to move these guys in a little bit this way. Is that good? This is supposed to be straight. No, it already was, apparently. Oh, whoops, I messed up here. Okay. Was this guy straight? Yikes, that is really loud thunder. Seems the tracks are going a little bit weird up here. Yeah, this one drifted off a lot, so I wanna move these guys over to about here. Now, it's not gonna be perfect, but and move this back a little bit. Move all of them back. Okay, not bad. And then, so what's gonna happen here? Boom. Yeah, it's really coming down out there. That just kind of just happened out of nowhere. My dad was talking about it possibly happening before, but yeah, it sure happened. So what we're gonna have here is a switch over, because this left track is gonna branch off, and so the switch over is gonna be don't even think we need a switch over here, actually. Not even sure if we do. Yeah, it's for like kind of like an old one, so this is jointed rail 132. Oh, okay. That's why that has the Alright. What I want to do is just take a jointed rail track, a rust old, please, and then just be an old switchover that might get used occasionally. Okay, like that. Let's make you straight. I need to make all of these straight. So, perfect. And then we'll stick a, even though it's just 100 pound, it doesn't look too bad, so. Just gonna add some turnout frogs. I'm also gonna switch these guys after, so. Left, right, and then right, oops, right, and left, and we just, be a little bit more precise here. Wow, yeah, it's raining hard. Alright. I don't know how accurate that is. Should be fine. And I'll be running some trains in a second, so just gotta do the dirty work first. Okay, there we go. Switch frogs in place. Nice. And so this track to the left will branch off here. And that's where, oops, okay. Let's make you straight. Thank you. This is where most of the freight trains will be going, but some of them will be taking the other line as well. How do I want this to turn off? I want this to be a straight one here. Okay, that's good. Make it a little bit shorter. Alright, that looks pretty good. How's it look on here? Yep, looks fine. This other one will continue going straight and end up at a station. And that's what I'm going to be doing work on, so. So there's one crossing that I actually want to try to put in here, because I've had a fascination for them out in Eastern Ontario. So I'm gonna stick one of those in here. I'll show you what they're like. So I want to make a road going right across here. So we'll add that. ish. Here we go. Oh, this one. And the road will be kind of, we'll just make it going diagonal across these two tracks. Make this one straight. Okay. So what we have for this crossing, if I go R. So what we'd have is, okay, is this the right kind? Yeah, this is a crossing that you see a lot of in Canada. So, although this one has, actually, I want to get one with a not a mechanical bell. 12x20, that's the one right here. Something like this. And then another one over here. Or actually, no, hold on, I just want to do no gates. Just no gates here. And there's another gated one over here. Oh, is there actually... It's a 12x24. Just, yeah, I want to stick this kind. This kind looks actually better. This is the kind that I saw out when I was out in up north of here. So I like those kind of lights better. The 12x24. They're both good though. Okay. Nice. So, what happened... Okay, I'll be right back. So what would happen with these crossings is, when one would get triggered, both of the gates would go off, but this one would only go off for the train that's coming here. So, what I saw is there was actually 3 gated ones, so there was like one of these, and then one of these, and one of these, and then there'd be another one of these guys right here, so there'd be another gated one here, but, alright, so let's just set this crossing up really fast. I want to get rid of this part of the road for now. Okay. I need to go to ATLS, slave, controller, traffic stopper. So there'll be one in the middle of this. This crossing will correspond to each other though, so when one... Actually, yeah, I can't really have the traffic stopper. So I'll have it at this gate, and then I'll have it like right here, and then right out here. So that if any cars get stuck coming through this way, they'll stop way past this and just be weird, you know, whatever. Okay, now I can put the road back in. Okay. This. Okay, it's just there. Perfect. And I actually need to... I want to raise it a little bit, so I'll raise these guys. One more. There. There. Alright, perfect. And... JR. I need a rubber grade crossing. Is quite a bump on this one, but the cars can manage. This one's actually less of one. I want to move the other one up one more. There we go. Good. Can we move it up? Yeah, that's perfect. It's good. And now we need to do the whole invisible track thing. Alright, so it goes from the back of this. Oh, this is the toughie. Okay, to the back of that one. Hold on a second. And then around to the... How did I do it here? Went around to this, and then... I don't know if this is actually how it goes, but... hopefully it works. Wait, hold on a second. It actually went... So it went from the back of this... Yeah, I just went across, so... shouldn't make a difference. Okay. I don't know why there's a junction there. I just kind of made one before. Okay. I need to see what's going on with this one. Is it good? Hold on. So I need to go from the back of this one to the back of this one. Or no, that's not the back of it. Back of this one to the back of this one. No, that's the front again. Stop it. Back to the back. And then and then around to there. Okay. I will be, actually I have to go for now. I'll start the stream again in a little while. See you later.